Bonjour, Dr. Edward home from Montreal with the Gnosis of Life series. This piece is on evolution and intelligent design. We have all been exposed to the Darwinian theory of evolution of the human species and need to remember that it's just that, a theory. On the other side of the coin, many of us have been either exposed to or have contemplated a creator or higher power having created us humans as we are today. So the question becomes, what if both are in fact right? As Lloyd Pye so clearly points out, with a lot of hard evidence, scientific data including genetics, in his documentary, What We Know Is Wrong, humans did partially evolve through the process we know from ape to biped humanoid. But about 250,000 years ago, something else happened that changed our lineage from ape ancestor to our present physical form. He does show proof that in fact the continued evolution of our pure ape side of the coin has led to what we call Bigfoot, Yeti, Snowman, Sasquatch. We have the physiological structure that we would expect in a biological evolution when following the so-called human structure. Our present human body is not a correct evolution for the lineage purported by science and anthropologists. About 250,000 years ago, we have the last of the Homo erectus and have been stuck with trying to find the missing links between them and ourselves. There is none, because as he gives evidence to, Homo erectus evolved into Yeti, Bigfoot. While we do have a good part of the Homo erectus within us, we also have something else. This is the point where we need to keep an open mind, given the hard evidence he provides, and contemplate all the stories, so-called myths of ancient time. But a story of lost continent of Atlantis of about 250,000 years ago, it covered most of the Mediterranean and the Middle East to Japan, or the visitations from gods and flying machines and chariots of fires, that these cultural realities all tell us something about who we are. In short, we were visited by the ET gang on more than one occasion, and they did some genetic engineering to make designer humans, much as we are doing today. For many couples want to design their child to their liking, physiologically speaking, that is. The soul in the machine is a whole other story, which we will talk about in another piece in the Gnosis of Life series. As Lloyd Pye points out, our present biological form is not exactly the best fit for us to do the things we do. And that is due to the genetic engineering testing that the ET groups undertook in order to make a biological form more as themselves. As with all testing, there's a certain hit and miss aspect to it. So now the saying that God created man in his image makes more sense if the ones playing God was in fact the ET gang. The humans back then had no way of knowing who or what ET visitors were, so the word God was appropriate for the time and cultures. Today we know differently, as we will be outlining in a piece on God versus ET. Please remember that we are a soul in the human suit. There is a higher power that connects us all. The egos are the issues we all face, but by requiting Ohm's love, we learn to love correctly and be all we can be. Thanks for your interest in your Gnostic true self.